I was admitted overnight for observation. That was all they said. Nothing urgent, just a bed, a monitor, and a call button mounted to the rail. The nurse showed me how to use it, then left. The room settled into that familiar hospital quiet, machines breathing, lights humming, distance swallowing sound. At some point after midnight, I noticed the call button glowing. I hadn't touched it. I waited for a nurse to arrive. Nobody came. After a while, the light shut off by itself. I told myself it was a system check. 10 minutes later, it lit again. This time, I pressed it deliberately. The light blinked, then stayed solid somewhere far down the hall. A chime rang once. Nothing followed. I tried to sleep. I couldn't stop watching the button. At 1:43 a.m., it activated again. I didn't touch it. I didn't move. The monitor beside me picked up a second heartbeat. Not irregular, not loud, just steady, slightly delayed from mine. I reached for the call button to get help. Before my thumb touched it, the light turned off. Then the intercom crackled softly. "Please remain still." The voice wasn't coming from the hallway speaker. It came from the wall behind my bed. I didn't move. I barely breathed. The monitor beside me hesitated, then resumed its steady rhythm, as if it had almost picked up something else. Then stopped. In the morning, the nurse said the call log showed I'd requested assistance 5 times overnight. She asked why I canceled each one before anyone arrived. The ward was nearly empty. A long hallway, 6 rooms, only 2 occupied. Mine was at the far end, closest to the emergency stairs. At night, the hospital felt different, less human, like it was running on memory instead of people. Around 2 a.m., I heard footsteps, not rushed, not quiet, just walking down the hall, then back again. I assumed it was a nurse doing rounds until I noticed something wrong. The footsteps never entered a room. They stopped outside each door, paused, then continued. When they reached mine, they stopped longer. I waited for a knock. It didn't come. Instead, the handle turned slowly, stopped, turned again, then released. The footsteps continued down the hall. I didn't sleep after that. At 3 a.m., I heard voices at the nurse station. I couldn't make out words, but I could hear laughter. Relief washed over me. People were awake, real people. I stepped into the hallway. The nurse station was empty, lights on, chairs pushed in, no charts, no bags, no sound. Behind me, footsteps stopped. I turned. A figure stood at the far end of the hall, dressed in hospital scrubs that looked too pale under the lights. Its face was turned away. I said something. I don't remember what. It tilted its head slightly, as if listening. Then it walked into the emergency stairwell. In the morning, I asked about night staff rotations. The nurse frowned. "There's no one assigned to that wing after midnight," she said. Then she asked why the stairwell door log showed it opening repeatedly between 2 and 4 a.m. I was told I'd be discharged in the morning. I packed early, eager to leave. Hospitals make time feel wrong, like you're borrowing it. While waiting, I noticed a bed being pushed down the hallway. No patient, just a bed, sheets tight, rails raised. It stopped outside my room. A nurse followed behind it, reading from a chart. She paused, looked up, and frowned. "This shouldn't be here yet," she said. I asked what she meant. She checked the chart again, then looked at me carefully. "You're scheduled for transfer," she said. I told her I was being discharged. Her expression didn't change. "That's not what this says." She wheeled the bed closer. The wheels squeaked softly as they aligned beside mine. I noticed the sheet had an indentation, like someone had just stood up. "I think there's a mistake," I said. She nodded, distracted, already writing something. "Yes," she said quietly. "There usually is." She left with the chart. The bed stayed. At 4:12 a.m., the mattress beside me dipped slowly. The sheet tightened. I didn't look. I didn't move. At 6 a.m., a different nurse entered and froze. She stared at the empty bed beside mine. "Who brought this in?" she asked. I told her it had been there all night. She checked the wheels. "They're locked," she said. "These don't move on their own." I was discharged an hour later. As I left, I glanced back down the hall. The bed was gone, but my name was still written on the footboard.